Hi, this is Emilian. My series of tribulation is called Jesus Prophetic, and you might find it. It's on my YouTube channel, Emilian Butoi. This is the fourth video today of Louisiana. It's expanding, so if you want to watch the definitive, it's usually the last. The other ones is just the emergency of it, and more I share, more I understand, and this is a way of me for sharing. Um, I might delete the first ones before, not, but if you want to look all the messages of tribulation, just look the series Jesus Prophetic that I started yesterday, and I start sharing these videos since last year. So yesterday I had it's gonna hit on misery, a certain comet, and I already said the dream. And I just wanted to add in this video, the dream was I was opening a fridge in a dark shared kitchen. So when you live with other people, you got your room, so to speak. I opened the fridge. One of the roommate passes around. I'm not sure he's white. I can't really recognize. Maybe it's the officials that watch those movies. So he takes something in the fridge, but so I make space. I live and pass. He goes right and look at me. In meantime, I'm taking a donut maple, which me personally, I like the maple. So, but I took just a little bite and see the shape of comet, and before I share the Cheerios and all this stuff. So this is symbolizing in the dream a comet. Now, comet study for me are personally a beginning, so I apologize if I don't mix comet with everything. Today I should be fine for next time. So the comet I take a little bit, and we know they're desecrating, and when they come, they fall in pieces, and pieces of comets are called shooting stars are comet, and 1 kilometer to 20 there are leftovers from early form of a solar system. I didn't know that, so when I heard not this one, I put back the donut. That's the voice of God talking above. It was not coming from the man. And instead, I saw myself, without thinking, picking a box of pizza. And the next, it's almost went to my right side, peripheric. Suddenly, I'm outside. It's switch or whatever you want to call it. So we're walking, and Mark Robbie stays on the bottom, and I'm mounting a little mount with some people around me, and there were just two people. I think I can know. I just see silhouette. All I see is Mark Robbie standing behind. I look in front of me. I'm looking north, and she's maybe 10 meters above. It's really green grass, like fresh green, a beautiful green, like. And in front of me, there's this man that looked chubby, hair like this, brown, and this one is representing a bear, which I didn't know, but I'll tell you why. On my right, there's a woman sitting. She's sitting on something, maybe on a rock. I don't know what. She's just sitting, 90 degrees. And I don't know if I fed her with a slice of pizza, but definitely I fed the guy. And the guy, he goes and he gives it to the woman. And she accepts it. And I felt like he was trying to advance on her, get close to her. And then, surely enough, I looked, and he went from my 11 o'clock to this woman at my 3 o'clock that is sitting, and she's looking north too, about a meter from me. And he puts the hand, or half a meter, he puts his hand under the skirt. All I see is from bottom neck to her, and she has kind of a gypsy skirt, white skirt. And I'm half a second surprised because people don't wear that much things. But he puts his hand under, and what I see a box of pizza sitting on her lap. But he puts it under the pizza, his hand, and there's sauce there, which I found it strange. But now you understand censorship of God instead of going under the skirt. And immediately, excuse this imagery, I should have just said the dream. So immediately, a man comes from the right, about 2.5 o'clock, to me and to that woman. He says, "Get your hand out of there." and he comply. And the other man was looking similar, but more a bit solid, less a bit fat, but they were both chubby. And most I recognized the guy in front of me. He looked like just like a nice guy, but you know, the sleepy guys, and they just go around and 60-70% using their full potential intelligence, and they just go around for the next type of worker or meal, whatever. And as you know, Missouri has two bears. I didn't know that, but I'll tell you how did I found its mystery. So far, there's no mystery in that United States where the comet's gonna hit. But here it is. After this, she stands up. She's in front of me actually, right? And she's about half an hour because I don't see her really standing up. And she's leaving a poo at 12 o'clock right in front of him, right in front of me, about a meter. And his husband, the guy that says, took your hand out of there, that I felt like he was, you know, like a husband, somebody's trying to cheat and the husband is around. He says, ah, you know, just like a husband who will criticize his wife, but not too much. The other one, I look at the other one and I'm forced to look and he's like, and you know, he's not doing nothing. He didn't run away. He kept maybe believing in better days where he might trying to his advance, whatever. So I look at Mark Robbie. Oh yeah, I always forget to mention that when I give the pizza, before she did that, I think I give her a slice. That's the thing. I give her a slice. Now her, it's her second. You see, I wanted to give one everyone, but I give to him, he give it to her. And then come her turn, and I give it. But I remember to look at Mark Robbie and thinking, and looking at her, and since she's close, I give it to her. But I remember thinking, I should I give it to Margot Robbie because she's more skinny. She's less fed compared to the other one that was seeing her face down, and chubby usually like those robes. But I guess too late. She poo. And when I look back after the act, the man, Margot Robbie said, what? Because she wanted to know what's happening. And I didn't know why she was not coming up there. But as you would see in Missouri, there's a not Mississippi River, the Missouri River that separates. And there's a highway there that separates a creek, which is the Honey Creek. Now I'm going too fast, but I'll tell you how I arrive at there. It's very important, so you believe those signs. And I didn't know nothing much about Missouri. And I'll tell you after that other dreams why it's also a double, triple confirmation. And I tell Mark Robbie, Sonia has done a little crater, or Sonia has done a crater. And then after this, I'm looking at Margot Robbie and like a child that wants to get close to people that looks, well, not that I look like her, but you know, I was an artist. I lost a lot. You can see it in my face. You can see it in my speech. You can see everywhere. And the scripture says, I did not keep my wine. So I didn't shine as an artist, but I believe I could have been, you know, but it is what it is. And then I go out, but when I go out, I see myself exactly like those khakis. I have pants colored, but they're shorts, and I'm hairy in life, and I'm hairy. I'm going down that little step, the round shape, to see her, and I'm saying, she or they not gonna like it because I'm hairy. See, in Hollywood, they don't like you because you're hairy. Now, I represent John Goodman. Not only John the Apostle or Spirit of Elijah, but John Goodman, believe it or not, is from Missouri. I didn't know that. That's the latest thing I had after the fourth dream. That's another sign for people. Now, saying this, I will tell you how. Here's how I felt from Sonia to Missouri. Now, I researched Sonia Comet. Is there any comet named Sonia that is around and maybe fall? Because I'm looking and asking God where. Now, if you search online Sonia Comet, you will find that it's a song called Sonia Along. And it's in a play of a comet. Like a play, a theater. And actually, it's called an album, and they did a play. The album came in 2013. The play came in 2016. It's from an old book in 1812. The thing is called Natasha Peter, or Natasha Pierre, which is Peter in French. Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812. Now, if people that follow God mesmerize you, you should know that you're between hell and heaven. You're between evil and good. And if you choose good, you will find there, this is like a mirror, but the other side. So when people are creative, but they follow the devil, you don't know where it comes from, that thought, but the devil knows. So these things the devil use in the people to do those kinds of works. And the devil is laughing because he cannot invent, he can just copy the other side, that we know. And then it's even a more reason for him to laugh if you don't see those signs. So saying this, that woman that plays Sonia in that play, which is Sonia Rostova, is a real woman she calls Brittany Ashford. She's an actress. So I'm like, okay, who's Sonia? Who's Brittany? So I researched Brittany. Brittany, first thing on Wikipedia said that she does as well. She was known for that play, and she does as well a front of the band Prairie Empire. I'm saying, oh, Prairie, God, show me that green. So I researched Prairie Empire. Okay, that's a song, but what about the place? When I click, it says Mystery Empire Prairie. Oh, now we get to Mystery. Okay, and it says, watch out, these are not my words. It says Wikipedia, extinct town. I'm like, oh, okay, history repeats itself. It repeats itself. It's just the players are gone. We live 100 years, but it repeats itself with new things, with, they change it a little bit. But as you see, many places are even the same name and cities and stuff. And there's a reason it's like this. Okay, and now God is warning us. So to finish this, it goes even deeper as farther as Missouri and Empire Prairie. Okay, where that was, since now it doesn't, because now it says it was in the northwest of it was in Andrew County. So I don't know what is county. I searched the county. What is county, US? And county is like an independence. They have independent cities, by the way. Okay, and that's not what is a county, but there's also independent city, and St. Louis is one. And I think there was a French settlement. You see, St. Louis was a French king, and God, we've seen that God as that's another story about St. John of Arc and everything. But then I looked, and to the right of this county, okay, Andrew County, right to the right, there's Savannah. So I'm like, okay, how about Sonia was Savannah when she sits down? I didn't even have time to this point to research Savannah. So Savannah becomes Sonia, and Sonia leaves that. So I look what's in front of it to see where it's gonna land, because I was right there. By the way, if Savannah is here, King City is here. I'm like, it's like the king, the guy who went to the right and said, get your hand over here. He spoke with authority like a king. And I'm looking the flag of Missouri. It's two bears on the side. So it's like two administration fighting almost for itself. One on the left, one on the right. I'm pretty sure they're hairy a little bit, kind of. By the way, that's you're gonna see where John Goodman comes from when I go down, and I'm hairy, and that's like John the prophet. And John Goodman likes to wear shorts too, and I'm pretty sure that he took some hair out, just like I said, because they don't like it in Hollywood. And by the way, I used to like, now let's talk seriously here. I used to like this actor, but let's talk seriously. I like the man. Now, to finish this mystery, this sketch of mystery, on the top left, there's a rock port. I'm like, rock port. This attract my attention, Missouri, because I receive a lot of dreams. I know 3 billboards outside Missouri. I know that I visited Montreal, and I received that after I stayed there, that I see the cross a week later. I was up, but that cross was replaced by a billboard that was flaky before the comments came to my mind. And one particular was about to fall. Now, no, I was especially maybe not in Montreal. Maybe the story repeat itself and it's gonna happen there too. I'm not sure, but for sure here in Missouri as today, and the billboard, okay, 3 billboard outside Missouri, that's another novel, but the city doesn't exist. You see, outside heaven, but it doesn't exist. So well, this crater is gonna happen. This rock, and this and another one I had that I wanted to go back to Vancouver from Montreal, and I heard don't wait, and I heard 3 weeks ago. I reported that dream, and when it happened, I felt like it came so close to my knee, and I said my back foot, my left back foot. I said my left since the beginning. Now, if you look at the limitation of Missouri, it touches Saint Louis, touches right Saint Louis, which is a part of maybe the Louisiana or something. I know Saint Louis is an independent city, which means administrative alone. So Saint Louis is gonna be spared. Where in Missouri exactly? I don't know. Well, I can guess or I can know. But right now, if you're there, I'm telling you, if you believe in this, all these sign and messages from a little man like me, get out of there. Get out of there in St. Louis, you're safe. Is it you have mountain in Missouri? I remember that when I saw Mark Robbie, I wanted to check the mountains. Where did she study? There was because there was Mountain Harvard, Mountain Oxford. And that's when Ox. I'm like, oh, that's like the hairy guy, Ox and Ford. But then I looked at Missouri and I saw the flag, and I'm like, oh, those are like the 2 bears. And and there's another mountain finishing by Ford again, but again 2 syllables, and the places there Fillmore. I say I feed her more. It's filthy. All these came to my mind. And Kansas, I already spoke about the song Kansas, Dust in the Wind. So, matter of fact, I didn't grow up with my adoptive father here. I said adoptive because I want to talk about God as my father without sin. And this was his favorite song. And guess where he is right now? He's in Toronto. Almost there's gonna be maybe dust there. I'm not sure, but Kansas is right there. Who won the last Super Bowl? Kansas, uh, the Super Bowl. So a ball is coming there. And by the way, who won the college Super Bowl? The football, LSU, which is in Louisiana, close by there, the Tigers. So that's not really important. But the John Goodman is certainly one. And all I could find is why Mark Robbie was standing behind once she could not come. Maybe this it's because of the river there, and there's the Highway 29 right there. There's a delimitation like another state you couldn't cross, and today you can't cross between states, right? So there we go. That's another thing I didn't thought. That's why I like to do those movies, and they're like science. So, and what is it underneath? It's Amazonia. And you see, in the dream, I looked at her and I was amazed by her beauty from the side. Like I was forced to look and almost being attracted. So Amazonia is right underneath, and I was amazed. And what's up of Amazonia? Honey Creek Conservatory, little park or mountains like this around a little mount, and I'm pretty sure it's so small like this, and that's where the little crater went, and we know that that's it. Well, the honey, the bear, the honey that works for God, working, Harry, the bears, everything, you got it. So outside misery, get out of outside misery, right? Misery. And I don't know why God chose that place. Things happen in misery. Right now, I'm looking, I won't even say it. Blood was spilled. I won't even say it. I've been said to not say it.